Hello everybody, Malign Mysticality here. Welcome back to our survival single-player Minecraft world. Right now we are out past the tunnel, which I dug between episodes. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Getting some land flattened out for our tree farm. A little bit weird valley area in here, so I'm going to take a bunch of the dirt I've gotten from other jobs. I have even more back over there still and kind of fill in a nice flat area, and we'll gradient it down to meet where the valley comes in there. But I just need a good chunk of land where I can grow some trees outside of the view of the main area there. So let's go take a look at the tunnel real quick. I've done the initial section here, though I don't have the flooring because I ran out of spruce. We'll get to that. A lot of this is pretty bare at the moment. Still need to do a lot of digging. I went through and replaced these with the pale oak that I'm going to use on every lantern, because those are the correct height, but other than that, not quite there yet. But here you can see what it's going to look like once we are done. And I think it looks pretty good. And then, of course, we've got the entrance on each side. I'm going to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with these. I might put in fence gates. I might just leave them as they are, depending. The goal is to have everything lit up enough that I shouldn't need it, but we'll figure that out. The lanterns are coming from villager trades, because honestly I could craft them, but, you know, it's easy enough to just do it through the trades. As always, my inventory is clogged with stuff, and I need to go back and take a look, or spend some time at the zombie grinder to fix all my mending tools here. Well, other than the axe, it fixes itself, but we'll get a look at some of the progress made here in just a second with a time lapse while I head back and fix some tools. So, see you guys on the other side of that. Guys, so now that we've got the sort of between episode stuff taken care of, you'll see we dug our quarry a little deeper here. So let me grab that with my silk touch. We got the cliff, or at least the bottom cliff layer, detailed out, and oh man, I think it looks so good. I'm really happy with this. I still need to sprinkle in some smooth stone. I got all the andesite in, but didn't do any smooth stone yet. But even without it, it looks so good compared to how it looked before. You didn't see this in the time lapse, but I did add staircases here and up there. And I'm going to do little lamps like these along the path once we get a path in. which the path from here is going to kind of split around whatever we do as kind of a centerpiece here. So you'll have two narrow walkways that kind of circle around, creating a little bit of a square area. I'm really leaning towards a custom tree, but, you know, leave a comment if you've got an opinion on what I should put there. I think a fountain could be good too, but I think a custom tree could be a really cool addition there. I've still got to do this back one. I still need to get more name tags to silence these two. And then there's still some cobblestone I need to clean up. Or not cobblestone. There's still some stone I need to clean up over here and replace with dirt. And then the other important thing is we're going to move our iron farm. We're not going to move the blacksmith house because we're going to finish building the house off the back of it at some point as well. But with our villagers coming up along here, I always kind of knew that at some point we were going to have to move the iron farm. At this point, it's stopped producing iron at all. So we need to get it moved. It's actually going to move back to where we're putting the tree farm on the other side because it needs to be more than 100 blocks away from the nearest villager house. And since I'm building villager houses at the deepest on this layer, not on the second layer, once I get that kind of flattened out a little bit, that means that we are currently at, what, 117? I didn't mean to take a screenshot. That's all right. If we run all the way through here again, and I may at some point put a rail along next to this as well, but, you know, aesthetics first, and then function or something. I don't know. Over here, we are at 34. So, easily more than 100 blocks away. And I figure I'll probably put it back up on the other side of this hill, maybe. Or down a little bit further into the valley. One of the two. Not sure. It's got to be in a spot where I'm sure there's no caves nearby to limit the number of places our iron golems can spawn. I should actually tame a horse, too, at some point. I do have a saddle back home, but eh. Yeah, I think... I don't know. I'll figure out exactly where to put it at some point soon. I'll probably move it between episodes. We still have a ton of iron in there, so it's not like it needs to be moved right this minute. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about it. If I put it up back in here, then I can just run the output of it to meet close to where this is and just have a little, you know, covered area with a chest for output on that. That might not be a bad way to go. Yeah, I might put it just back up here or maybe just back pushed into here a little bit. One of the two. Anyways, I am going to continue kind of flattening some area here. I'm not sure how far we're going to go with it, but I do know that we are going to need a lot of space for tree farming, and we are desperately in need of it at this point. So, we'll see what I can bring up here. And, yeah, I will bring you guys back in when I've got something a little more interesting going on. I'm sure that, everyone's thrilled to watch me place 1,000,000 pieces of dirt, but unfortunately, I'm just going to have to spare you that. As much so as possible. One more block up. Okay. So for now, I think I'm going to try to fill in this area. I may need to get some more dirt to do so, but we'll see. And then after that, we're going to try and get in a couple more villager trading huts because I would like to get the remaining trades I need for our equipment. We need to get a shovel villager still. We need to get a weaponsmith for... Actually, I don't need a weaponsmith, I don't think. We need an armorsmith. We need to get another toolsmith that has the shovel trade for a diamond shovel. We need to get several additional enchantments, protection being one of them. Infinity would be nice, then we can get just a mending infinity power 5 bow and not have to think about it anymore. I'll write out a list of the enchantments I need to aim for between clips here, and then when you guys come back in, I'll have a little better idea of what I'm doing. So until then, I will keep working here, and I'll bring you back in when I've got something interesting. Well, guys, it turns out that arbitrary line I drew turned out to be pretty much perfect. I have 15 grass blocks left after doing this, so I'll have to flatten out the second cliff on the other side to get some more dirt and grass, and then I'll start kind of bringing this down. But for now, I have a place where I can start a little bit of a tree farm, which is all I needed. So let's do this. I know that I need a ton of spruce. I need more dark oak. Or not dark oak, I need more pale oak. No, I need more dark oak too. Dark oak, pale oak, and spruce just for this tunnel, let alone everywhere else. So we're gonna do something like this. Come on. Do they not let you do it this way anymore? Hold on. I was pretty sure you used to be able to do them right next to each other. Yeah, the fact that that worked instantly kind of makes me think that I'm wrong and maybe they changed that. Anyways, I'm going to chop down a ton of trees and hopefully bring you guys back in when I am prepared to finish the current detailing on the tunnel. So, tunnel's not going to take too terribly long. Then we'll probably try to get one more villager trading hut in, maybe two. We're going to need a bunch of wood for those two, so I'll make sure to grab plenty of extra while I'm here doing this. And then, once I am done with all of that and ready, or once we're done with all of that, I think that'll probably be about the time we have for today. I wasn't expecting the need to, spend so much time just leveling this area out and getting a tree farm going. I used a lot more wood between episodes than I had planned to. This was something that I was thinking we were going to take a little while longer to get to, but nope. Turns out, something we need pretty urgently at this juncture to keep our infrastructure up. Moving the iron farm is probably something I'll do between episodes, just so that you guys aren't stuck around the entire time that I'm doing that. I don't want you to be stuck through all of the boring run-around work. I have so much stuff in my pockets. Okay. Go ahead and dump all of these flowers and stuff, since they're just taking up a single space anyways. Down here. And then we'll start setting up some space for each of the major wood types I'm using right now. And seeds, which frankly could probably just go off a cliff at this point, but that's fine. All right. Anyways, I'm going to farm a whole bunch of trees, and I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to finish off the tunnel over there. So, see you guys soon. Alright guys, well, I chopped trees until I ran out of bone meal, and actually put this here to get rid of extra saplings. here's where we're at. I think we should be good to go ahead and finish out this tunnel, and then I'll definitely get more wood between episodes. But for now, I think we definitely just want to start with our pillars here. We're going to use our silk touch as much as possible because we can then just turn all of this stone straight back into the stone bricks that are going to fill the majority of this tunnel anyways. There. So I'm going to start going along doing these pillars all the way through, and then I'll replace all of the flooring throughout with our spruce wood. Get rid of these, which I should probably... It'll probably be faster if I drag this. Anyways, I'll do some cleanup kind of between clips here, and then I may have a just time lapse of finishing out this tunnel, because it's just going to be a lot of repetitive work. So after that, we are going to get hopefully one or two more villager houses in. So I will see you guys on the other side. Alright guys, welcome back. And we now have our tunnel complete. I might add some further details. I was thinking maybe putting some, like, leaf blocks with, like, stripped oak logs behind them. Maybe inset on, like, every other, or maybe just in the centers, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll play around, see if there's, something that looks good between episodes. But for now, at least... Ow. Just had to say something. We're done, guys! I did the whole thing! It looks great! Guys, we're done! Oop. Also about to break my, silk touch pick if I'm not careful. Okay. Now we're done. So yeah, all the way through, all of the roof details, all of these, you know, side panel details, all of the flooring, completely through end to end. So, we've got a fantastic tunnel now. Kind of weird. Anyways, more signs coming in. I'm going to see if maybe I can find a data pack or something that makes signs and stuff load in from a little further out. But that's not a right now problem. What is a right now problem is deciding which villagers we're going to want for the next hut. And honestly, I might do 2 librarians, because there are multiple enchantments that I need to get. So, you know what? I'll try and throw 2 huts together, and I'll have a librarian in each. I'll have an armor smith in one and a toolsmith in the other, so hopefully we can get our diamond shovel. And eventually, hopefully, we'll have a second tools or armor smith as well, because it would be really nice to be able to get a fully diamond armor set without having to, craft it from my diamonds. I don't want to do that. I also need to buy a bunch more name tags from, well, either village, either librarian at this point, but that's going to be the next thing we work on here, is getting 2 more of these huts together and continuing our little village wraparound project here. I think that I'm going to tuck both of them back in here, kind of make a little neighborhood for our first couple villagers. Probably one sideways right in here, and then one kind of along the back here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to work on getting a couple more houses in, getting a couple more villagers brought over from the breeder over there. And once I've got that done, I'll bring you guys back in. Villagers in. I've got their trades locked in. Let's just make what emeralds we can on this guy real quick. He has Unbreaking 3. This guy has Fortune 3. He has Efficiency 4. I couldn't get an Efficiency 5. I tried for almost an hour. It didn't happen. So I just figured I'd take 4 and it would be fine. He has Infinity, so I can get a bow with Power 5 Infinity Mending. I can get both of my picks as diamond picks at this point. What did you get when you leveled up there, bud? Respiration 2, okay. Not great, but tolerable. I've got a bunch more paper to make. I need to buy a lot of books to get myself all geared up for next time. So that's going to be my goal. And probably between episodes, I'm going to focus on a couple more villager houses so I can get armor and toolsmiths in. And I'm going to try to get geared up to take on the Nether. So that's the plan coming into next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been enjoying the series as we progress here in Minecraft. We have a playlist on the channel with every video all in one place for you. If you are liking the content here and the other content, you can subscribe to keep up with everything as I put it out. And for now, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.